There are moments in the tech world where a single product is so aggressively engineered that it forces an entire industry to stop and recalibrate what they thought was possible. And if the leaks coming out of DJI's supply chain over the past several weeks are even half true, the DJI Mini 6 Pro is about to be one of those moments. Because what we are looking at right now is not a minor spec bump or a lazy refresh with a new paint job and a slightly better processor that nobody can actually feel in real-world use. What we're looking at is a drone that takes features that currently cost you $3,000 or $4,000, shrinks them down, and bolts them into something that weighs less than a can of soda in your refrigerator. And honestly, the more I dig into these leaks, the more I realize that DJI is not just releasing another drone here. They are redefining what the word compact even means in the context of professional aerial cinematography. So if you're a solo creator who wants cinematic footage without lugging around a massive rig, or a traveler who needs something that slides into a backpack and vanishes until you need it, or even a working filmmaker who has been waiting for the right moment to upgrade from an aging Mini 3 or Mini 4, this is the video you need to watch all the way through. Because I am about to break down every single leak specification, every rumored feature, every controversial detail, and honestly, every uncomfortable question that nobody else seems to be asking about this drone. Now, before we dive into the deep end of these specifications, you need to understand the impossible situation DJI has put itself in. Every drone company eventually runs into the same wall. How do you follow up your own masterpiece? The Mini 5 Pro was not a small step forward. It was DJI throwing nearly every flagship feature it had into a body that stays under the magical 249-gram weight limit. A full 1-inch sensor that captured genuinely professional-grade stills. Omnidirectional obstacle sensing that actually worked at night, which is still something most competitors cannot claim consistently. A gimbal that tilts a wild 225 degrees for shots that previously required a much larger and more expensive drone. 10-bit log-M color for a drone that fits entirely in your palm with room to spare. That is borderline absurd engineering. It earned DJI a massive amount of goodwill from creators who felt like they were finally being heard. But here is the problem that DJI engineers are staring at right now, probably late in the night with too much coffee and not enough sleep. When your last product was already a home run, a follow-up with a few minor tweaks does not just disappoint people. It actively damages the brand. Creators do not expect a patch note when they see a new generation number. They expect a leap. They expect to feel that the company pushed itself harder than the last time. And that pressure, that very specific pressure of having to outdo your own best work, is exactly why this current wave of leaks is worth paying extremely close attention to. This is not rumor mill noise generated for the sake of clicks and ad revenue. The details are lining up across multiple independent leakers in a way that suggests DJI knows it has to swing big this generation. And the sourcing this time around is unusually consistent, which in the world of tech leaks is about as rare as a drone that flies itself home when you forget to charge the battery. Yes, let us start with the part of this story that has actual camera engineers the most genuinely excited. The sensor. Multiple independent leaks are pointing toward DJI keeping the same 1-inch sensor size that made the Mini 5 Pro such a compelling option for working creators who needed to deliver professional deliverables without carrying a cinema rig. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of using the same sensor architecture, DJI appears to be switching to what is called a stacked CMOS design. Now stay with me for just a moment, because this sounds like dry spec sheet. Noise that only pixel-peeping forum nerds would care about. But I promise you this genuinely changes how your footage looks when you bring it into your editing timeline. In a standard sensor, the processing circuitry sits off to the side of the light-sensitive pixels, which fundamentally slows down how fast the entire chip can read data from top to bottom. A stacked sensor flips that entire relationship. IP upside down. The processing layer sits directly underneath the pixels themselves, so information moves in almost no time at all compared to the traditional architecture. What does that actually get you in the real world when you're out flying and trying to capture something genuinely beautiful? Less rolling shutter. And if you have ever flown a mini-series drone past a moving car on a highway, or pan quickly during a dramatic reveal shot over a cliff or a city skyline, or even to try to track a cyclist through a tree-lined path, you've almost certainly seen that horrible jello-like wobble where straight lines start bending and warping like they are underwater. That is rolling shutter, and it has been one of the most persistent and frustrating limitations of small drone cameras for years and years now. A properly implemented stack sensor could shrink that problem so dramatically that it fundamentally changes the kind of shots you can confidently pull off with a sub-250-gram drone. We're talking about smoother pans that look like they came from a gimbal rig costing 10 times as much, cleaner motion during fast flying, where previously the footage would have been basically unusable, and final clips that finally look like they came from something significantly bigger than your hand. For solo creators who do not have a second shooter or a camera operator, this is the kind of upgrade that saves you from losing the one perfect shot you managed to line up after an hour of hiking to get to the right location. Now here is where the leaks get more ambitious and honestly more debated among the people who actually understand thermodynamics in compact electronics. Several reports are claiming that the Mini 6 Pro could shoot in 6K resolution. And on the surface, that number is genuinely exciting for anyone who edits their own footage. Shooting in 6K means you can punch in during post-production, reframe a shot after the fact without losing quality or stabilize aggressively in software, and still deliver a crisp, clean 4K final export to your clients or your audience. That is a massive creative safety net, especially for solo shooters who cannot always perfectly frame every single shot while also flying, monitoring battery levels, and keeping an eye on airspace restrictions simultaneously. But here is the uncomfortable catch that nobody making hype videos wants to admit out loud. Cramming 6K at 60 frames per second into an airframe that weighs less than a bag of sugar creates a heat problem that is genuinely difficult to solve with current technology. There's almost no room inside a sub-249-gram body for any kind of meaningful cooling hardware. No fans, no heat pipes, no chunky heat sinks of the kind you would find in a mirrorless camera or a cinema body. Because of that fundamental physical limitation, most people who actually understand thermal design and compact electronics are genuinely skeptical that continuous 6K at 60 frames per second is realistic on launch day. The more believable middle ground that keeps floating around in the more credible corners of the leak ecosystem is unlimited 6K at 30 frames per second, with 6K at 60 frames per second available only in shorter bursts before the drone intelligently throttles itself to avoid cooking its own internals. Even that compromise would still be one of the biggest imaging jumps the Mini line has ever seen in a single generation. Just do not expect to shoot an entire wedding ceremony or a full real estate walkthrough at the highest possible frame rate without the drone needing a breather. But here's the reveal I have been building towards since the very start of this script. The one feature that has working professionals more excited than the sensor upgrade, more excited than the resolution bump, more excited than any other single item on this leak spec sheet. A mechanical variable aperture. If you have ever flown any drone in bright daylight for more than about 10 minutes, you already know this deeply annoying dance. The lighting shifts because a cloud moves, or the sun angle changes, or you fly from an open field into a partially shaded area. And suddenly your exposure is completely off and your shot looks either blown out or crushed in a mud. So you have to land the drone, which takes time. Unscrew the current ND filter, which requires delicate fingers and ideally a clean surface to work on. Screw on a different ND filter, hoping you picked the right strength. Take off again. And then pray that the light has not changed yet again by the time you are back in the air and recomposed. It is tedious in a way that is hard to fully explain to someone who has never done it. It breaks your creative flow at exactly the wrong moment. And it has cost more than one working filmmaker a genuinely perfect shot that they simply could not recreate under the same conditions. Multiple leaks now suggest that the Mini 6 Pro could ship with an aperture that mechanically adjusts from roughly f/1.7 all the way to f/11, completely on the fly, mid-flight, with no filters involved whatsoever. You adjust it from the controller while the drone is still in the air, and your exposure is fixed in seconds rather than minutes. This is normally the kind of feature that is reserved for drones costing 2 or 3 times as much and weighing several times more. Squeezing that mechanical mechanism, with all its tiny moving parts and precise engineering tolerances, into a featherweight body that still has to make room for a battery, a sensor assembly, a gimbal, obstacle avoidance sensors, a transmission system, and a cooling solution would be a genuinely impressive feat of miniaturized engineering. And it is the kind of upgrade that does not just look good on a comparison chart next to the competition. It fundamentally changes how you actually shoot outdoors day to day and shot to shot. There's another angle here that most coverage of this drone is glossing over entirely, and I think it deserves real attention because it speaks to where the entire camera industry is heading. Hardware alone does not win anymore. Just look at what flagship smartphones have proven over the last several years. The camera hardware inside an iPhone or a Galaxy or a Pixel has not dramatically grown in physical size. What has changed is the computational processing happening behind the scenes on the silicon in real time before you ever see the final image. Leaked details are pointing toward a new imaging pipeline inside the Mini 6 Pro that is internally referred to by some insiders as Scene Core 4.0, though that name may just be a placeholder that supply chain sources are using. What matters is not the branding, it is the direction. This system reportedly focuses on recovering more detail in blown-out highlights, pulling extra information out of shadows that would otherwise just be noisy black mush, cutting down on noise in low-light situations where small sensors traditionally fall apart, and keeping fast-moving subjects sharp and defined instead of smeared across the frame. That is DJI leaning hard into an approach the entire camera industry has already validated through years of smartphone development and computational photography research. Smarter processing beats simply piling on more megapixels every single time. For creators, that likely means cleaner footage straight out of the drone, with less time spent color-correcting noisy shadows in post-production, and better usable footage during golden hour and blue hour, which is exactly when the most visually cinematic drone shots actually get captured by working filmmakers. Now, let's talk about the number that almost every single comment section under every single drone leak video obsesses over to an almost unhealthy degree. Flight time. And this is genuinely where the rumor mill splits hardest in two completely different directions.